Did you know that there is a free professional app for your smartphone that not only lets you record your exact routes and finds whilst metal detecting, but it also enables you to take full control of your personal data, and it's fully compatible with any brand of metal detector? Well, here's everything you need to know about the brand new version of the GoTerrain app by XPMetalDetectors. So if you're like me and you use the GoTerrain app while you're out metal detecting, you will know just how effective it is at recording all of your data on a single platform that you can access anywhere simply with a smartphone. Now, in previous videos, I've shown you how easy it is to record your finds, log their locations, and track your routes out in the field so that you can reference this at any time and share it with others that you might feel will benefit from that information too. Now, very recently, we have made some big changes to the app which are going to really help streamline that whole process and make it even easier for you to record your data so that you will have even more time to metal detect and spend less time setting things up. We have also added some exciting new features that will make your data even more secure and give you advanced controls over who can access it and where. And we've also added a brand new feature that will benefit metal detecting club owners and rally organisers, and it will help enable them to easily map out their search locations and share it with their members at the touch of a button. You can now also share your activity data with friends, letting them see exactly where you have found targets and which areas you have concentrated your search on, meaning that your sites can be covered with more accuracy and that no ground is left unchecked from detection. Sound good? Well, in this video, I will go through some of the new features and demonstrate exactly how they work so that you can go out using the GoTerrain app and experience for yourself why GoTerrain is now the go-to for all of your metal detecting needs. Let's get to it. So if you're already familiar with the GoTerrain app, you will know just how easy it is to customize it to your own personal way of using it, but also how simple it is to link it to your XP metal detector as well. Now, with the brand new version 3 of GoTerrain, you will notice that we've slightly changed the way this looks and feels, resulting in a smoother experience for both standard and premium users. You can now easily manage your historical data by accessing the Activities menu in the drop-down list. Here you can rename your activities, give it a unique tag to help categorize your sites, and decide where you want them to be saved. We have now added a tick box which gives you full control over what activities you want to sync to the cloud, and any previous activity that was synced can now be unsynced simply by removing it entirely from the cloud storage, but keeping it saved onto your smartphone and local storage device. But remember, by saving your data on the cloud, it will prevent it all from ever being lost in the event that your phone is damaged or stolen. But it will require you to be a premium member. However, for the small cost that this involves, it's more than worth it just for the peace of mind that it offers. From this screen, you can now add a target to this activity. But why would you want to do that, I hear you ask? Well, imagine you found something which at the time you didn't think was a viable target. Now you can add one to that find spot and retain its target ID value simply by finding it in the activity and attaching any relevant details and the media that you want to associate with it. Or maybe there's two of you who detect the same site and you both share the activity log by sending it backwards and forwards to each other. Well, now either one of you can add things to the activity despite no longer being on site, and the activity being completed and saved. We've also made it easier for you to edit your path lines on a completed activity. This is a really useful feature which can easily erase those short trips to your gear location, for example, that are irrelevant to the overall data of the find spots. It also means that if you ever need to show the completed activity to a professional archaeological body, it will only include the route where the actual detection took place and the finds that were associated with it. To do this, you simply zoom in on the map until the black route dots appear, and then using your finger you can simply move or erase each point until it reflects your actual route without any deviation. Once you're satisfied, you can then save the changes on the same screen, resulting in the final edited version of this activity being saved at your desired location. Now, speaking of customizing your routes, we have now added both metric and imperial units to your activity, meaning that no matter where you're located in the world, you can change how this data is shown on both already completed activities and future ones yet to be completed. You can find this setting by going to the Map, tapping the cog icon, and selecting which one you prefer from the drop-down menu. We've also made it even easier for you to manage your target data now in the My Targets menu. Here you can access either a list of your targets shown on a map based on their location, or a gallery of your targets using the associated pictures and videos that you've taken along the way. You can now search for a specific target using the search function button and export either all of your targets as a batch directly into your smartphone's gallery, or a specific target that you might want to share quickly and easily to a friend or detecting partner. It's also possible to limit which targets are shown or which targets you want to export by using the filter option inside of the target gallery. Here you can easily select specific targets based on the date that it was found, what period that you had tagged it was from, and even what size and weight the target information holds. And now you can narrow your search even more by selecting if you only want to search for finds with photos by using the toggle button in the filter options menu. You can easily select individual targets to either export or delete by holding your finger down on the chosen target and selecting which action you would like to complete from the menu. All of this can save you valuable time when searching for specific targets, and it is by far a much easier option than using your standard smartphone gallery to keep a track of all of your targets, as this can result in endless scrolling until you find the correct media that you're looking for. Another great feature to mention is that you can now manage your paired coil list much more easily. Did you know that if you own an XPMetalDetector, you can link it wirelessly to the GoTerrain app by pairing your coil? This means that when you encounter targets, you can add these to your activities and routes without having to push any buttons at all, letting the machine do all the work while you simply metal detect. Now, GoTerrain remembers every coil you pair and even remembers the last one which was used, meaning that you no longer have to pair a coil every time that you use the app. If you use the same paired coil as the one that's attached to your metal detector, you can simply just click go and it will use the same settings as before to record your finds data. This makes it even easier and quicker and means you can spend more time searching and less time setting things up. So those are just some of the changes that we've made to the GoTerrain app to ensure the experience of using it is super effective and as user-friendly as possible. I have no doubt that you will find these changes a huge benefit to your overall experience when activity data and target management is paramount to effectively managing your detecting sessions and finds data. But what if you're a club or rally organizer? Well, we have now included a new feature which is going to make your job a whole lot easier, and here's why. Imagine having a single platform that lets you map out specific fields and boundaries by colour, which day they can be detected, or when they're available to your club members or rally attendees. Then imagine being able to send this data directly to all of the people attending your event so that they can clearly see what is available to be detected on an interactive map just simply by looking at their smartphone. Well, all of this and more is now possible thanks to a brand new feature inside of the GoTerrain app called Rallies, and you can find this new feature in the main menu drop-down list. Simply click on the three lines at the top right-hand side of your screen, and this will open up the menu where you will find the brand new feature called Rallies. Once opened, you are presented with a search box, and this is where you can either search for a rally that has already been created by an organizer, or select an existing rally that you have previously found. So how does it work? Let's say, for instance, you run a metal detecting club that holds monthly rallies for its members to attend. You can now nominate someone in the club to draw out the areas that members can go to on the chosen event days, and then these can be uploaded to the GoTerrain app, where someone with the correct search criteria can find this event and add it into their own GoTerrain. The benefit of this is that you can change an area at any stage, and if more fields become available on the day, or you need to change one for any unforeseen circumstances, this can be added to the event map and downloaded by your attendees on their GoTerrain app as long as they have an internet connection. Let me show you exactly how this works. Let's say I'm creating an event and I want to draw out which fields can be detected on the Saturday. I can do this one of two ways. I can either do this on my mobile device using the My Zones tab and drawing out each field using the plot points and naming them accordingly. This works well, however it can be fiddly and time consuming to use, especially when you have a lot of fields to plot. I would prefer to use this to make on-the-fly changes and edits, such as removing and adding a new field on the day of the event. The easiest way to do this is to use a platform such as Google Earth from a PC or laptop. Simply open Google Earth and navigate to the chosen location of your event. Then, using the polygon draw tool, draw out what fields are to be included on the Saturday of the event by following the contours of the field boundary, being careful to make sure it is the exact area you wish people to stay inside the boundary of. My advice here is to do one day at a time, and I'll show you why. Once you have finished drawing your areas, you can now save this as a project by clicking Save to Project at the bottom of the window. It will now appear in your project list on the left-hand side, and this means it's now ready to be exported into GoTerrain using a file format called KML. Click File and then select Export as KML. This will then start downloading the information and putting it into a language that GoTerrain can understand. The next step here is to find your file location and rename it to something like Saturday's Fields. You now need to email this file over to us here at XPMetalDetectors, which is why I said earlier that it's much better that you create different projects for each day of detection so that we can precisely see which days correspond with which fields when we're creating your event. To contact us, all you need to do is visit our website, and once there you need to navigate to the contacts page and fill in your contact details, being careful not to make any errors and ensure your information is correctly recorded. Make sure you note down that you want to send files for your club dig so that it appears in the Rallies section of the GoTerrain app, and once contact is made, you will then be able to email us directly each time instead of filling in the contact details on the website. Somebody will then contact you and ask for the details needed of the event. These will include things like a name of the event, when you want it to be live and when you want it to end, and you will also need to include the downloaded files we had previously exported from Google Earth so that we can create your event and make it live on the GoTerrain app prior to the event starting. Once it's live, you can now ask your attendees to search for it in the Rallies section of their app, where it will show up with the given name created by the club or event organisers. Remember, it will not show up here before the start date you have given us, so it's best to check for yourself that it is active before letting your members know to go and search for it. Now that it's live and visible, you can import this zone into your GoTerrain app by clicking Import. It now shows up in the My Zone section of the app, and each field that's been designated will be seen when you arrive at the location of the event, meaning no more wandering off into other fields or fields which are clearly marked out of bounds. This feature will save a lot of admin work for event organisers and will undoubtedly mean that landowners will be much happier knowing that only designated areas of detecting are accessible during the event and that clear boundaries have been set. To ensure people stay within the boundaries, you can request that attendees switch on the outside detection zone checkbox, so that if they leave a designated area, their phone will vibrate, alerting them to a call to action. I believe this feature is an absolute no-brainer for clubs and event managers who want to streamline the whole process of putting on events with minimal effort. And the best part of it all, it's available in the standard mode of GoTerrain, which is a completely free version for everyone to use. I mean, it really doesn't get much better than that, does it? Now, the last feature I quickly want to touch on is importing a special file type called GPKG. This file type includes lots of information and means that if you want to import a completed activity to an external professional software, such as QGIS, then GPKG is the best file format for this. This is because the file contains every element of information your activity holds, including your routes, your find spots, finds information, and finds pictures, videos, and voice notes. But why would you want to export it, I hear you ask? The answer is relatively simple. By exporting a completed activity, you are essentially able to send this data as a single file to a professional software such as QGIS. And here you're able to do a lot more with the data, including building up a single interactive map of all your detecting sites and see each find that was made by clicking on the data associated with the activity. Now, let's say you come across a really historical site which contains finds that are important to government institutions or archaeological associations. It would be highly beneficial for all parties if you could show them exactly what had been found, where it was found, and on what day it was found. So by exporting a GPKG file, you will provide them with every aspect of your site information which they could ever need. I cannot think of one institution that would not find this incredibly useful, and I'm sure that they would thank you for that high level of professionalism, and the best part is it's really easy to do. You simply go to your chosen activity from the list, open it, and navigate to the three dots at the top right-hand side of the screen. And here you can select Export and GPKG. But be advised, depending on the size of your activity and the amount of finds data inside of it, this file could be fairly large. So it's recommended that you have enough storage on your device before trying to export to your chosen location. Now remember, this file type contains videos, photos, and geocache data, so it's best to only export these outside of GoTerrain if you plan to send them on, or you just want to make a backup for your own records external to your smartphone. Now, speaking of sending them on, it's also an option to send this file to a friend who also uses GoTerrain and wants a completed activity to view inside of their app or software. Maybe they want to continue the activity and add to it, or maybe you just want to show someone all of the things that you found at that particular place. Well, this is now all possible thanks to the GPKG file format, and it can be easily achieved simply by pressing a few buttons inside of the GoTerrain app. Once this file has been received by your nominated person, they can easily import this activity into GoTerrain by going to the main menu and selecting the My Activities option in the drop-down menu. Once there, you press the three dots in the top right-hand corner and select Import. Now you need to find the file that's been downloaded and select it for importing. Once completed, it will show up in the activities list alongside all of your other projects, and then when you select it, you will now be able to see all of the data inside of that activity, just as if it was one that you had created yourself. Now, I'm sure you will agree, these new features and improvements to the GoTerrain app will not only make your experience of using it easier and more intuitive, but they will enable you to go one step further to discovering your sites and sharing the relevant data with close friends, metal detecting clubs, and local specialists who might require an in-depth view into the discoveries that you've been making while metal detecting. If you want to see a full list of the new features that we've added to GoTerrain, then you can visit the official link down below in the description of this video. Are there any new features that you can't wait to go out and try for yourself? Or maybe you've got some suggestions for a future version of GoTerrain that you want to share with us. Well, let us know in the comments section below this video, and you never know, your suggestion might just one day make it into the GoTerrain app too. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos about our products, just like this one. I'm Michael Eakers. Thank you all for watching along, and I will see you all again very soon.
GoTerrain, available worldwide. Download it now.